Hello and it's a warm welcome to the national news on Star Television, Channel 21. I am Yesi Ernest Hallowell. First, the headlines. The former Minister of Defense, retired Major Alfred Paulo Conte, declares for APC flag bearer position.
Today, the 2nd of July, 2022, I, retired Major Alfred Paulo Conte, I declare myself a flag bearer.
Libra Energy of Australia gives an update on the solar PV project in Sierra Leone. And Speaker of Parliament describes the intervention of the CEO and founder, Community Health Foundation, Linda Muxin-Sise, in the health sector as admirable and trailblazing.
The person of Madam Linda Muxin-Sise, who is the CEO of the Community Health Foundation.
Those were headlines. Welcome back, and now for the news in details. The former Minister of Defense under the Ernest Bai Koroma-led administration, retired Major Alfred Paulo Conte, on Saturday, July 2nd, has formally declared his intention to run for the All People's Congress flag bearer position at the party's headquarters, Brookfields in Freetown. Retired Major Alfred Paulo Conte promised to predicate his leadership on discipline, simple coexistence, devoid of all division and marginalization. Alfie Barry tells us more.
Today, the 2nd of July, 2022, I, retired Major Alfred Paulo Conte, I declare myself a flag bearer.
This is how retired Major Paulo Conte formally declared his intention in a rather feverish atmosphere at the party's headquarters, Brookfield, Saturday, July 2nd. The former army strongman described the APC as a party that is now moving towards a democratic faith, noting that the new constitution of the party will give equal platform to all, adding that his leadership will be predicated on discipline and simple coexistence.
One part of the reason that we make a decide say, and they throw me hats at the ring for being flag bearer of this party. Now because I want for being disciplined at the party, first of all. Yes, sir. Me not get go camp. You for play by the rules. You for play by the rules. If you not play by the rules, you know to be APC.
Yes, sir.
When we get the party, how we want, and this we great party. That discipline day, 9 go go na state house and governance. Non-country no dey develop if una no discipline.
Yes, sir.
Major Conte further that he's not going to make lofty promises to the people, but rather his presidency will aim to achieve fundamental basics that any democratic country needs.
Me on flag bearer, or by God in grace, me on president, not for can make lofty promises to people though.
Yes, sir.
See the one of people achieve because I wanted them vote for
Yes,
me.
sir.
I dey talk.
Yes, sir.
Anybody wey sabi me know say I dey talk from the heart.
Yes, sir.
Wetin for do na Sierra Leone? Let we get the basic things they right first. Let all man get light. Let all man get water. Let all man go to hospital, they treat them properly. Let people they get good accommodation, reasonable accommodation at least. Now that's for me the focus. Not so for say, I dey build bridge from Lunge to here. We get the money from one. Wetin go serve me? That man wey comot pull up with him fufu. He go pay $10 for cross Lunge. He left Pampa wey dey pay Other money than 5,000 family members. I don't have their age. 5 So your leadership, how they can call the bread and butter issues and the importance. Love get life force, love get water, love get good on
Paulo Conte lashed at the current way in which the country is divided, promising to stitch the country together. Given his recent ordeal of being charged with treason, if he becomes president, is he going to go after those who incarcerated him?
President Bill, if not born, he will go settle. While win the election 2024, he will enjoy his retirement. I not go harass them because I not stand so.
Yeah, well, Paulo Conte, I have before the declaration we appreciate. And a man will stand by the word, and a man will discipline. So we appreciate how the prayer God help him. Lahala make it strong.
And I did be Paulo Conte because I see the leadership in Amwe I think Sierra Leone need at this point in time. We need a unifying figure, a figure of authority, and if possible, we don't get a track, proven record of discipline. And I make Adebie Paulo Conte, and I mean village kingsman, if I can add that one step to that. So that's why they made it.
Yeah. Everything for them, let them enjoy.
For Star TV News in Freetown, Alfie Barry reporting.
An Australian developer of green energy project, Libra Energy, has published a project overview on the 300 MW solar PV power generation project in Sierra Leone, with a memorandum of understanding soon to be executed with the Minister of Energy, Alhaji Kanja Sise, in Freetown. The project, when fully commenced, will provide free energy for 7,000 government schools, with the Ministry of Education allocated with 25 MW PV solar panels, including free street lights for Port Loko and the villages near the 670 HA site, and a 275 MW of solar PV power generation. Creighton Thomas has the details.
Libra Energy, according to its chief executive Shannon DeLuya, plays an important role in fulfilling the requirements of developing countries in Asia and Africa, with a lot of economic growth potential that offer unique practical solutions using the latest technology and inventive financial structure to develop an economy. He maintained that Libra Energy is an Australian developer of green energy projects with head office in Brisbane, Australia, that develops solar and wind power projects in Africa and Asia that offer unique practical solutions using the latest technology and inventive financial structure to developing economies. Seeking to partner with governments who are looking for long-term innovative power solutions with a view to improve air quality and enhance people's lives. Many governments in Africa struggle to finance their infrastructure needs such as power, water, roads, sewage, and housing due to limited budget. We invited governments to join us in setting up a unique government-private partnership. In return, we can develop the power stations and solve the electricity crisis. Due to our unique financial structure, governments can generate income from the project to reduce its financial burden. Quoting the chief executive Shannon DeLuya, the local representative Libra Energy Abdulrahman Musa Johnson intimated that the signed memorandum of understanding with the government or local power distributor authority comes after a visit for the initial study, as they signed a power purchase agreement that finalized the feasibility study, obtain the relevant permit for construction and grid connection, and start construction, noting that current project is divided into 3 phases that provides free energy for 7,000 government schools with the Ministry of Education with a 25 megawatt PV solar panels. Secondly, it provides free street lights for Port Loko and the villages near. 670 her site and a 275 megawatt of solar PV power generator plus 30 megawatt or 60 megawatt battery for the WABCOS EXIM 225 kV transmission line. On the area of partnership, Libra Energy have set up a consortium of competent companies and leaders in renewable energy to ensure execution of a power station on the highest possible standard. Libra Energy developed the 300 megawatt project in Sierra Leone and engaged Dera Energy of Canada. Dera Energy is a leading Canadian developer and consultant that focus on renewable energy projects in Africa. They currently have several renewable power stations projects under development and 2 offices in Africa. Dera have conducted the pre-feasibility study for solar PV projects in Sierra Leone and identified 4 suitable sites for the power stations. It could be recalled that on April 2019, Libra Energy consultant and a local team visited a site near Port Loko in Sierra Leone to present the project to the elders and local chiefs. At the end of the visit, they got their consent to use the land for the solar farm construction. On December 2019, they have signed memorandum of understanding with the Port Loko City Council for the 670 ha site 5 km from substation. Currently in discussions with potential clients in Indonesia, Laos, Gambia, Guinea, Liberia, DRC, Zambia, Sudan, Thailand, Sierra Leone, Burundi, Nigeria and Congo for solar power projects. They plan to develop 30 GW of renewable power generation plants over the next 25 years. Project developers who has existing PPA and require investment or developers to execute or partners can contact them. They have the capacity and expertise to develop the project from start to finish, thus have a very good relationship with their suppliers and subcontract. Libra Energy have great relationship with the renewable energy funds that are looking for more solar wind projects to add to their portfolio. Libra is a member of the Libra Group of Australia, which has more than 30 years of experience developing projects in Asia and Africa.
Sequel to her initial appearance in front of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Non-Governmental Organizations, the Chief Executive Officer and founder of Community Health Foundation, Linda Muksin-Sisay, has appeared before the Honorable House of Parliament, in which the Speaker, Dr. Abbas Chernobundu, described her intervention in the health sector as admirable and trailblazing. Alfie Barry reports.
This is how the founder and CEO of Community Health Foundation, Linda Muksin-Sisay, was greeted in the Hall of Parliament after the Speaker of Parliament shed light on her interventions in the health sector. It could be recalled that Linda Muksin-Sisay had initially appeared before the Parliamentary Select Committee on NGOs with a view of highlighting her numerous projects. The Speaker, Honorable Dr. Abbas Chernobundu, was particularly impressed by Linda's sole venture in funding her project based on her hard-earned earnings, a move Dr. Bundu described as altruistic and humanitarian.
In the person of Madam Linda Muksin-Sisay, who is the CEO of the Community Health Foundation.
Linda Muksin-Sisay, the CEO, noted that what drives her to take part in such venture is as a result of the desperate need for quality healthcare for our people, noting that the 30-bed hospital has already commenced operations.
So I said to myself, when I grow up, I will definitely make sure to help them to prevent this kind of tragedy to happen in my community. So I was fortunate to go to the US and I went to school. For right now, I have a Master's of Science in Nursing, so I've been really working so hard to raise money to help with the health sector in Sierra Leone. I formed an organization called Community Health Foundation, both in US and Sierra Leone. So I've been receiving donations, being that it's a charity organization. So I've been receiving donations of medical supplies and equipment. I always ship them to Sierra Leone as a donation to implement the government effort towards the health sector. So recently I just completed a facility of 30-bed capacity of maternal and child health facility, which is actually functioning right now. And so far, we've already started doing operations, C-sections, cesarean sections, basically to do operation to take out the baby if the woman is not able to give back. So we have done like 4 successful ones. We were able to save the mother and the baby. And also we are doing hernia surgery for men, and basically that's where we are right now.
Honorable Aaron Aruna Kuruma of Constituency 048 stated that the 30-bed hospital couldn't have come at a better time.
My reaction actually is that of one that has to do with celebrating a true patriot. And what Madam Linda Moksin has done for the people of 91 and the people of this country is something that's worth commendation. It's something that we have to use as a nation to also lure in other Sierra Leoneans outside this country. Because we all know the importance of healthcare deliveries. And my 91 has suffered for quite a long time of proper healthcare facility. The last government facility in Freetown is at Chokupa. The other next government facility you see bigger government hospital is in Bo. So between Chokupa to Bo, there is virtually no standard government hospital. There is no referral government hospital. So what she's doing, to me, we all know what has been happening in 91. 70% of the accidents do occur between Mashaka to Bo. And when they do occur, people come to 91 believing that there's better health facility. But that's the reverse. When they bring patients to 91, people that have suffered from accident, when they come to 91, realize that they have to be left on the floor, languishing. And we have lost a lot of lives because of that. Because what we have here is just a Bemok facility.
For Star TV News in Freetown, Alfie Barry reporting.
And now to round up the national news on Star Television, Channel 21. Vice President Dr. Mohamed Julde Jallow, during a conducted tour at the Leon Rock Metal Group, has commended the group for what he called their impressive investment, a drive he noted resonates with government's broader vision in harnessing the potentials of extractive industry. Let's have the details of the story.
This conducted on a site tour, according to the Director, CEO's office, Salim Silla, is commendable as it will give key stakeholders an impressive on-the-side grasp of the investment they are making.
Happy that the Vice President visited our mine site to look at our investment and the progress we've made so far with the project, because it's good for the national stakeholders to not only read about what we are doing on newspaper or see on television or listen on radio. When they come physically on our mine site, normally it gives us satisfaction. Very important for investors generally when you have major, key stakeholders, decision makers coming into projects, because it gives us confidence for them to know what we are doing and to know our plans and to know the next investment moves that we want to do. But we should not also forget that majority of the assets on Tonkolili ore mine are government assets. When we took over this asset, they were mostly broken. Even the train that's running now, it wasn't running. It could even have run when we took over. But we invested our money to be able to restore the train. Now it's running. The VP can see that. Now the plant is running. The VP can see that. The mining side, all other assets that are on the mine side, it belongs to the government. So the government, honestly, we also want to see how we are taking care of this asset they handed over to us. So he is very impressed that we've done very good in handling those assets. We made it even better than when we took over them. But also we are able to explain to him the next other phases that we want to do, the investment that we want to do, the employment that we want to generate. We're not talking of far, we're talking of 1-2 years time. We talk about, we are also intending to establish a steel plant in the near future, which will actually lead to the start of industrialization in this country.
The Honorable Vice President Dr. Mohamed Julde Jallow, when speaking at the processing site of the Leon Rock in Tonkolili district, commended the group for their massive investment, noting that the investment sits well with the vision of the President to making the mining sector attractive, reiterating government's commitments in passing progressive mining laws that brings about effective governance architecture in the industry.
And the second is the processing site. Now we are at the loading site, and I'm very, very happy and impressed with the progress that has been made, because what I've seen here fits directly into the vision of His Excellency the President to improve the mining sector in this country, so that to make the mining sector very attractive And what we did when we came in as a government was to reorganize the mining sector, particularly to focus on how do we improve the governance architecture within the mining sector so that we can attract the right companies to come and do business in Sierra Leone. And in that is why we pushed in for a new Mines and Minerals Act that has no doubt made us competitive in terms of attracting the right mining company. But what I saw here this morning, and now, and believe me, I am impressed that what we put on paper, what we have been trying to do as a government to reflect the vision of His Excellency is what is on ground. I am impressed the level of investment this Leon Rock Mining Group has done. They have invested millions of dollars. They have taken this mining site, which was a couple of years ago, was almost defunct. They have put it back on the right footing. I went to the mining site, the first site. I was given all the explanation, the various stages, the first phase, the second phase, what they are doing. And in more impressive ways that I'm happy because they have bigger vision to invest more. Today, we have a site that is functional. We have a processing site that is functional. We have a loading site, as you can see, the wagon. And the PEPEL, I come from Lokom Sama Kamasu. The PEPEL is also very active. They have created employment. I saw a lot of young Sierra Leoneans, engineers, security, and workers. Here is we are talking about over 1,000 employment that has been created. And they are also going to increase their tax to government revenue in this mining, particularly this mining group is going to be increased. And I'm much more happy that also the level of investment that they envisage to do.
The community coordinator, Ansu Momo, described the VP's visit as a vote of confidence, stating that the government has laid the right policy framework for mining companies to thrive.
One is a huge vote of confidence in the operational activities of our company, more especially 3 weeks ago. His Excellency, the first gentleman, was here to formally launch the Community Development Fund, and that's the first time a Community Development Fund has been paid to mining of confidence from us. But before actually going to the importance of that, it's very important for us as a company to actually express our appreciation to the government for providing us the conducive environment for us to invest and for us providing us security of tenure, because that's very important for us as investors, because if you don't have the right policy framework, you don't invest the money. So from that perspective, we are very happy. But the presidency actually is very reassuring for us as a company.
For Star TV News in Freetown, Alfie Barry on the news.
Well, viewers, that's all we have for you in today's edition of the National News on Star Television, Channel 21. I am Yesi Ernest Hallowell. Many thanks for watching.